Tai Chi terminology can be really confusing. Quite often when they talk about the weighted or the unweighted, the substantial or the insubstantial, when they talk about rooting, it really can be quite confusing. So let me see if I can clear some of those terms up. First of all, I'll read you what I've written on the subject from my book, Warrior's Mind. I've called it Putting the Egg in the Egg Cup. Putting the head in the foot is like putting an egg in the egg cup. The head is the egg and the arch of the foot is the egg cup. What makes the substantial and the insubstantial? The weighted leg or what's double weighted? If you can feel the weight of your head in the foot, and that's particularly in the arch, you have to be connected through the body. Only when the egg is in the egg cup is that leg truly weighted. The body line is then secure, it is rooted, and it won't tip or lean. Mobility and power arise from good balance. The ability to know where your body is in space. If the head and foot are connected, so is everything in between. The movement of the head is pumped by the arch of the foot. Pump from one to kind of be caught by the other. When the pump is active, the arch flattens to the floor. When the arch is released, the body and the head will float. The float is still connected. While you feel the head weight in the feet, when one arch is down, the other one's up. This is weighted and unweighted. This means the body is light and floating and can move with mobility and ease. But because it's connected, any touch in any direction can be repelled. Apart from forwards and backwards, the head moves from side to side. Arch to arch is on both planes, powering each leg even more. So apart from just the forwards and backwards from one arch to the other, you can move across. My teacher used to say moving from the sun to the shade or from the shade into the sun, which is a reflection of the yin and yang. The core has spiral compression, just like a great big coiled spring, giving a range of movement whilst the egg is in the egg cup that adds a lot to the power. So root and mobility are actually the same, adding power and connectivity, as long as the egg fits in the egg cup. Now, quite often when people talk about rooting, they think of it as being immobile. A lot of people, when they talk about Tai Chi, particularly people that don't know what they're talking about, talk about sung or being heavy, and what they're saying is if you root, you can't be mobile. What they don't realise is that the root in Tai Chi, this connection between the head and the arch of the foot, it gives you good balance and it gives you the ability to be able to move. So apart from the fact that from the substantial, you can, if somebody bumps into you, you can repel them, and if you've got what they call pun, where the joints and everything is open, it's easy to ward somebody off. That is a good route. But also, because you're balanced, you can move easily. As you know, if you're leaning out of your feet, if you're standing on your legs instead of in them, generally you've got to kind of find your balance to be able to move. But if you're already there, if you're already balanced, if you're already connected, you can move straight away. You can move instantly and in balance and carrying power. So I hope that clears up a little bit on what would be classed as rooting, substantial and insubstantial, and the yin and yang sides of the body as well. It's not so hard, but going from one culture to another can make it quite confusing. Thank you.